Welcome back, guys, to another episode of Cultural Corner. And this week, we'll be talking about the hot topic of football yesterday, which would be the UCL final. What a game that was. What a masterclass from Courtois. Let's talk about it. All right, so with the UCL done, pretty much the football season's done with it. What a game it was. It wasn't going to be as open with a lot of goals because that's not the way Madrid plays, but we knew that Liverpool would dominate the ball. Madrid would look to kind of sit back and counter, even though possession was fairly even. But man, what a game it was, and it just shows Madrid not like the best going forward, but it's the individual quality, which is the way Ancelotti wants his team to play, different from, let's say, Pep or Jurgen Klopp. He likes to let his players show their ability, and we saw it there. An unbelievable goal from Vinicius. Now, it wasn't really great from him, but the ball from Valverde was unreal. Trent could have done a little bit better, but that was the lone goal in the game, and again, we're going to talk about Courtois' masterclass, but he was really the reason Liverpool wasn't in that game.
Yeah, especially when they're winning in the 81st minute and that shot from Salah, incredible arm save from Courtois, really that pretty much ended the game right there in my opinion. That's when it was finished. But yeah, Real Madrid's midfield trio there, along with Valverde, it's just so good.
Yeah.
Three of them have five in like less than a decade.
Yeah.
It's just so good. There's
Yeah.
not really much else to say.
Yeah, when we have to start looking, where does that trio of Kroos, Casemiro, Modric rank among midfield trios? And
the Busquets, the Xavis, the Iniestas.
5 Champions Leagues. They haven't lost a Champions League as a trio. You have to really question, where are they amongst the best of the best? Again, at their age, Casemiro was unbelievable. Kroos keeping things ticking. Modric
outside the boot passes across the pitch, 37 years old.
Yeah, just they make things look so simple, but it's not. The way they play looks so simple. They make it look so simple, but it's not. A switch of play that's very difficult. They'll make it look so easy. They keep things ticking along. When Madrid need to keep the ball a little bit, they need to calm the game down, they can do that. When they need to speed it up, they can do that. They're just so good at playing every style. They're able to control the rhythm, which is incredibly hard to do, but man, it's unbelievable. They're only getting better. Recently they just signed Tchouaméni, it looks like, along with Camavinga. They're going to be starting a new era in that midfield. They are going to be dangerous. But that's now 5 Ancelotti, 6 UCLs, 4 as a manager, 2 as a player. He cemented himself as one of the greatest managers of all time. And this is, to me, one of the greatest Champions Leagues for him to win. You look at where he was at a couple years at Everton.
Oh God.
Yeah, people thought he was done, struggling. He went to Napoli, couldn't replicate the same success that Sarri had. Then he goes to Everton. It's
Everton.
It's a suicide mission trying to even get them in the top half. Yeah. He managed to get them, his best was 11th, I believe, which isn't even bad looking at this season for Everton, but everyone thought he was done, thought it was too much taking on that Madrid job, especially with, how many injuries they had last season, not winning the league last season, making to the semis of the Champions League and losing to Chelsea. They were just falling short. The team looked a little bit old, sluggish, didn't think they had anything left, and he rejuvenated them. They won the league by a lot, the Champions League, comebacks after comebacks, and even I was questioning when would their luck end, and it just didn't. It was just a miracle Champions League run. But you have to give them credit. It was a great run.
They walked the league, and you have to look at the teams they even played in the Champions League: PSG, City, Chelsea, the defending champions, and then Liverpool.
Yeah, the top 3 in the Prem they just took out.
They destroyed everyone. They had the hardest side by far.
Yeah, in comparison to Liverpool.
Coming up against the best teams in the world, literally.
Yeah.
Liverpool, they have Benfica,
Inter.
Villarreal, Inter.
It can't compare. No. But they are the best side right now, Real Madrid, as much as Michael Owen wants to make those stupid comments saying Liverpool's still the best even though they lost.
No. They played 3 finals, haven't scored once.
Yeah, we'll talk about that for Liverpool as well. But unbelievable for Madrid. And again, Courtois with an absolute masterclass. He wanted, in his interviews after the game, he said he wanted to prove it to English media that he was the best goalie or among the best, because he said something about how at the beginning of the season he wasn't even ranked in the top 10 amongst goalkeepers in the world. right there was an absolutely unbelievable performance. We're talking 2 or 3 world-class saves to keep them in the game.
Most saves in the Champions League final, right?
I believe so.
I think it would surpass Petr Cech 2012-13 or 2011-12.
Against in the Bayern final. He was unbelievable. Unbelievable.
He still got it.
Yeah. He was so good for Madrid last night. Any chance they got, they just didn't look like they could beat him. And that just got in their head because the last 10 minutes, Liverpool they ran out of gas. They didn't have anything left. But yeah, and then you even look, they just had good moments from certain players. Like, that's just Madrid themselves. Like, they can get the most out of their players. You look at Valverde, put in an absolute shift yesterday. Some of the switches of play he was doing, unbelievable. The goal itself, you can say, was it a shot? Yeah. You can see if it was a shot, was it a pass? Whatever it is, it's an unbelievable ball. But just in general, the way he was tracking back, amazing. Going forward, he's great as well. He was giving Robbo a tough time. He was unbelievable playing on that right side. A great move from Ancelotti to play him. Kept the balance in the team.
Mm-hmm.
And then, even at the back, relative, like Carvajal, again, against PSG, it looked like he was finished.
Very, very underrated player.
Yeah.
He always has, he's always just there, but he's reliable.
Yeah.
That's what I'll call him.
Him and Mendy, very reliable. And then obviously, the midfield was unbelievable. Benzema, a little bit quiet. I thought he did more of the things off the ball than, chances-wise. Same with Vinicius. They were a little bit quiet, but at the end of the day, they won. It doesn't really matter if they were or weren't good, or they won. That's all that matters.
Yeah. Also, Marcelo's last game with Real Madrid, end of an era. That's 5 for him as well. What a player, man!
Again,
what a career.
Going down as one of the most decorated footballers of all time. Yeah. Go down as one of the best left backs of all time. An amazing career for him. Probably will go to Brazil, I would assume. But yeah, it was great to see there. Then Gareth Bale winning his 5th, Hazard winning his 1st, even though the both of them didn't really make much of an impact, but just for pictures, I guess, holding the UCL trophy. But good for them as well. But again, Real Madrid, they just have this knack where if they get to a UCL final, it's impossible to bet against them. They were definitely on paper worse than Liverpool, but how can you bet against them?
They've been in 17 finals and only lost 3.
That's an unbelievable record.
And one was in the 80s against that Liverpool super team.
Yeah, that's their last final loss in a UCL. That is unbelievable. One of the hardest trophies to win, and they don't lose finals in comparison to the likes of Juve, where every final they get to, they find a way to lose. It's an unbelievable record. It's so hard to try to bet against them, even when on paper they're the worst team. Now we'll talk about Liverpool's season and their season moving forward into next one. For this season, I think it could have been a lot better. It really could have been an all-timer type season.
They're in position to make history, English history, quadruple, and they fumbled the 2 biggest ones.
Yeah, they fumbled for the Premier League. It's a little bit harsh. They came very close.
Only 2 losses.
Yeah, it's so tough to win the Prem now with how consistent City is. Where tying Spurs, which an Antonio Conte Spurs team, should not be a result that's frowned upon, but you can't lose at that. In the last 12 games of the season, you can't drop points. It's very difficult to recover from it. Even City, they tie West Ham, which is West Ham away is not an easy game. They almost lost the league from that. It's that difficult. So the Premier League one, to me, a little unfortunate, but I think they should have had the UCL, the easiest run. The group stage for them was pretty easy as well.
Bit of a walk. Who they have in the group stage?
Atletico, Porto, and then AC. Yeah, a lot of those teams, AC their first time back in the Champions League. Porto, Europa League, hybrid. They're not gonna really make to the group stage.
The rest of that group could have gone either way, but Liverpool walked it easy.
Yeah.
They had they faced a bit of adversity against Milan in that one game, but still they were able to overcome it easily. Yeah,
their best knockout stage was against Inter. The rest of them were pretty easy, but I think they should have had that Champions League. It really could have cemented a really good season for them, but you look at now 3 finals, Carabao Cup, FA Cup, and UCL, no goal scored. If Chelsea have better penalties, Mason Mount scores, we're talking, they might not even win a trophy this season.
No.
Or they're winning 1. I don't think it's a great season for Liverpool. They're losing Mane, which got announced today. We don't know where he's going. Probably Bayern, which would be a really good signing.
Most likely.
But I don't think it was that great of a season. I really don't. Like,
They have a really good team on paper. They just didn't finish it off, you know?
their fans, the scouts will talk about, they have the best right back, left back, attacking the league manager, and they come up with...
They do have like one of the best defenses,
Yeah.
but nah. And then one of the best attacks, but I don't know what went wrong. Why they couldn't finish.
I don't know. I just feel like maybe they're good, but maybe they're not as good as people think. I don't know. I know they do a lot. They played a lot of games in the season, the max amount of games you can play, but still, I mean, they have the depth. I don't think depth is really a problem.
Depth. Like, look at your midfield. You got Fabinho, Thiago, Naby Keita,
Milner, Henderson.
Oh my god.
Even for a bit, Harvey Elliott before he went down. In attack, you bring Diaz in January.
You also have Jota, Mane, Firmino,
Firmino,
Salah.
yeah, like Firmino doesn't even play.
I know you're missing Salah and Mane a little bit in January, but I think that's where they started to catch up in the league, though. That's when they started to do well.
Yeah, that's why they brought in Diaz, and he showed his quality, but I think it really could have been better for Liverpool. And this is going to be a massive season for them because it feels like it's going to be more of a transition year. You know,
Is this the last like Champions League final, good Champions League run we see from Liverpool in a while?
Yeah. I don't know. Do they look for someone up top? Maybe change it to get someone who's more efficient in front of goal instead of your typical like winger playing striker inside forward. Because, you know, you look at City, they tried it with a winger playing striker out of position, and you know, in those big games where you don't get as many chances, you need someone with a killer instinct in front of goal.
Especially against Madrid.
Yeah. Like, you look at some of those chances. Does a guy like Haaland take those chances? Maybe. Like, you just don't know. Like, it's nothing against Mane, but a winger going to striker is a massive, massive difference. And I know it's for 95% of the games, it's helped them, but there's those few games, and even against in the FA Cup final where, and Carabao Cup, where Chelsea, they don't give you much. They're good defensively. A true number 9 maybe takes those one or two half chances and scores. It's a lot tougher for someone as an inside forward playing there. Does Liverpool look to change that? Is this kind of the end of their cycle with Mane leaving? You know,
After
Henderson
6
getting
years,
older. Yeah,
It's been a good half a decade for Liverpool. I just feel like they could have done more. You know, maybe they'll shock everyone and win the league next season. I don't know.
Yeah.
But as of right now, I don't see that happening.
yeah. The City's only getting better.
Yeah.
You know, if Chelsea picks up their act with the new owner, they could be complicated as well.
You have Spurs with Antonio Conte coming up. Arsenal with a young, hungry team as well.
I think this next year really could be, I think, their last go at it.
Yeah.
Because I don't know what's gonna happen with Salah. They're gonna
He
do
wants
everything.
a lot of money, but
Yeah.
they're not gonna. I don't know if they're gonna give him that money.
They're gonna want to do everything to keep him, but the demands he wants are a little bit crazy.
They've got Fabio Carvalho coming in from Fulham, who's a really good young player. So I feel like if Mane leaves, he or Jota or Diaz will get their chance to shine and maybe form a bit of a new trio up top there.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. I know they extended Klopp to, I believe, 2025 or 2026.
Yeah.
So they've extended the window there, but I don't know. Like,
The thing is, they don't make a lot of signings or big signings usually. They spend well on certain players like Jota, Diaz. They didn't spend a lot on Mane or Salah.
They usually don't get flops. They're really good in their recruitment.
Yeah.
They'll get one or two players, but they really make a big impact. But I feel like this year can be a bit of a retool. Maybe getting a few different types of players in that midfield, maybe. In that attack, you're losing Mane. That's a huge loss. Like, now you're looking at where the goal's coming from. Because Mane, you know he's going to give you...
You can't rely on wingers. You need like a striker.
Yeah,
Like
you know Mane's going to give you 15 goals in the league. Like, that is a very tough number to replace. Huge shoes to fill if Carvalho's the player to step in. That's going to be very difficult. I don't know the path Liverpool's going to take. And then as much as he's good going forward, Trent, like that goal, the more I watch, I say,
No look defending.
he could have checked his shoulder. And that's always been his weak point. He's amazing going forward, amazing on the ball. Liverpool don't really concede that many chances as we saw yesterday.
He's so good up front, crossing the ball and assists. I had him in my team in the season because of his assists and his forward play.
Yeah, but he's suspect defending. Suspect. You know, the one or two chances Madrid got, doesn't check his shoulder, easy tap in for Vinicius. Do you look there at someone a little more defensive? that would be a bold statement. I don't think they would do it, but you have to wonder, like, I'm not saying he cost them the game, but, you know, he could have done better is all I'm saying. For even a little bit, Van Dijk could have closed down Valverde, but it was a little bit weak in general. But I don't know. I think this is going to be a big summer for Liverpool in terms of retooling that team, seeing what they can do to get over the hump, to win the big trophies. We know they can win the FA Cup and Carabao Cup, but one Premier League in 7.
That was Klopp's first Carabao Cup and FA Cup, right? This season.
I believe so.
Yeah.
But that's one Premier League in 7 for Klopp. That's one UCL in 3 tries in the final.
They came so close. In 2018-19 and this season combined, they only lost 3 league games and didn't win the league.
Yeah, they're really hard done by to not win the league. But, you know, I wonder the path they take. Do they run it back with the same team? Do they look to make a few adjustments?
I think they'll make maybe a slight adjustment, maybe bring in a new midfielder as you have a couple guys aging.
Yeah.
But, I mean, a lot of the team's actually aging, but still, maybe a new midfielder.
Yeah, it's
bring
gonna
in,
be...
or some center back depth. Because, you know what, Konate's actually really good.
He is. He had a good game.
So Konate coming up, good player for them. He'll be there for a while.
Yeah, and then Matip, probably they'll get rid of a few
Matip's
guys.
like 32.
Yeah, maybe get rid of a few guys. Joe Gomez, send him out on loan maybe, or sell him because he's not getting much game time.
Sell and then spend what you make.
Yeah, but it's going to be a very interesting summer for Liverpool. Let us down below what you think Liverpool should do this summer and your thoughts on the Champions League final as a whole. And thanks for watching the video, guys. We'll see you soon.